to our movie. To all the boys I loved before, I decided to do a little skincare for a slumber party. So, thinking about all the boys I've loved before, I'm gonna tell you guys actually a story that happened to me. I worked at a vintage store, and you know the drill, like a vintage store. The people who were coming in, the clientele, were largely women, but also like the smallest portion of like skater dudes and like that kind of niche. Saying like the Converse, the Carhartt, all of that. I wouldn't say that's my taste now, but at the time. So I spotted this cutie or whatever. I thought he looked like Justin Bieber, but that's besides the point. I'm like working, okay, so I'm working in the low front desk, right? And mind you, this is kind of like a small business, so I'm the only one there. Like I don't have any staff like rolling around or whatever. And he pulls up. I remember I like told him like I told him when I like first met him, I was like, I don't know if you ever get told this, but you look like Justin Bieber. I swear, like at the time when we were staring at each other, it felt like a year had gone by. You look like Justin Bieber. And he was like, you think? I was like, so we're in love. He left, I didn't get his name, I didn't get any information, I didn't get his Instagram. Girl, I tried looking for that Instagram. So I was like, maybe he's one of those like that doesn't have an Instagram, or if he does have an Instagram, like an obscure like fuckboy like skater Instagram. I kind of gave up on the dream. I was like, you know what, if I see him again, I see him again. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Another day, going to the store, I was like helping style. I can't believe I'm story in public. Okay, so I was like helping this guy, I was like styling this guy, okay? Because I'm doing like a stylist job, I'm like, I can't like stand and chat with him. I can't like, you know, like it'd be kind of rude if I did that because there's like someone who I'm like trying to help. So, like left before I could even like say anything. And also I was like just so shy. Like there was actually gonna be like, what would I have said? Girl, let me tell you what I would have said. Nothing. I'm like, damn, I can't believe it. He came in for another time and I missed my chance to talk to him. I think like maybe that night I told my girl Jill, we went out for frozen yogurt, we were sitting at the frozen yogurt place. I was like, Jill, the next time I see him, no, the next time I see him, like it's a wrap. I will, like, I'm getting married and you are all my bridesmaids. I just knew that like, that was it. Like, I've deleted every dating app at this point. I'm like, I don't need them. So the next day comes and I have to go to work. I work my shift, and this is one of those days where I work the morning and my girl Jill works the night. While we're crossing over, because like obviously we're besties for the resties, we also like chat through that crossover. So sometimes I'll stay like a little extra half an hour or whatever just so I can chat with her. Guess who rolls in? Justin Bieber. So I'm like, oh my god, like I told her yesterday when we were in frozen yogurt that the next time I see him, I'm gonna literally get his number. Like I'm going to get his Instagram, like whatever. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I said it has to happen, okay? Finally get her talking or whatever, like asks for a vintage piece that we like were carrying at the time. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, like if we get it, let me let you know. So what's your Instagram? Like, I just didn't feel like there was any reason to believe that we weren't going to fall in love. Or that he wasn't in love with me, honestly. I sent him a DM, I'm like, hey, like... Anyways, long story short, I got rejected because this person had a partner. Anyways, let me not even actually say more, like, I'm actually sick to my stomach. That's boy I've loved... That's one of the boys to all the boys I loved before, that's one of them, okay? Sorry to interrupt this, I'm actually gonna put a face mask on. It's yogurt. My OG Derek, if you watched that one video, you know, like this was honestly probably one of my most intense crushes of my entire life. I never gave a real update about that boy that I loved in 8th grade, my Derek, and I recently creeped him, and basically he is like now dating a brown girl. I love when I've had crushes on people and they aren't POCs and then they end up dating a POC, because it just goes to show that well, it doesn't really show that much, but I just like it. I was never, what's his name? The guy with, I was never a Nash Greer girl, like ever. I was never a Nash Greer girl, but there's something so satisfying about the fact that he was so famous when I was like, I don't know, maybe I was like 14, and he And now he's dating a black girl, or he's married to a black girl, I think. It's like, at the time you think, like, oh, they only ever like, you know, brunettes that are like white. So it's like nice when they like turn the table. Like, I always really hoped that Zac Efron was gonna marry a black girl. I always knew Liam Payne liked black women. That was never a thing. And to be honest with you, just because of how much it was obvious that he loved black women, I almost was a Liam girl. When I moved cities, obviously, we're all thinking the same thing. Me finding love. It's honestly been a thing where I'm like, oh, now that I'm in Toronto, maybe I'll fall in love. Because where I'm from, it's like such a small city that like you can, but like, then people do it, but like you can't really meet that many people who are like you. The pool is like way smaller, and so I was like, oh, when I move, I'm gonna meet so many people. Girl, I moved all the way to Pearsnap. Not meeting anyone. I'm also banned from Tinder and Bumble because I made a joke about how my DMs are broken and you need to contact me on PayPal, and I literally got banned because they hate sex workers. So anyways, jokes on them. I wasn't getting them for free. Also, I feel like, let's just talk about Toronto mans, right? That's disgusting. I don't like skater boys. I don't like music snobs, okay? That's a big one. And because I feel like a lot of music snobs are poor. And I'm like, it's because you have and you're poor because you have so much time to look up music and you're like rude about it. And it's like, sorry that I have a job. I'm not just like on Spotify all day. But thank you for showing me that. You could have just been nice about showing me that, like, music. But you're not. You're really, really being rude about it. I really don't like your attitude when you're rude about it. Like, you're rude about it and you're like, talking to me rude because you're talking to me about music that's so cool. Oh my god, it's so cool and so unique. No one knows about it. It's underground. And then as soon as everybody supports this group that you love so much, allegedly, you're upset because, oh, now it's not underground. So now you need to move on to something else. And that's just rude. Just like, men are not ride or die. Just, it's an... anyways, let me not even get into it. I'm watching Girlfriends right now, and one of the characters, they already suspect that this one girl's husband is cheating on her. And I was like, you know what? You're right. If someone told me that my husband was cheating on me, I'd be like, you're right. Since I was talking before about all the boys I loved before, now we have Zoe.
Hello!
Also on our podcast episode on singlehood, and after that episode she went on a date, like what? So now she's here to also tell her stories.
2 years ago, I went on a first date with this guy, and okay, mind you, he was insane. I didn't know this. Oh yeah, also all the guys that I date are insane. He really wanted to go on a date, and I kept saying, yeah, let's go on a date, and then I kept canceling. Like, I would literally cancel like 2 minutes before the date would start, and I'd be like, oh, sorry. He'd be like, are you kidding me? So he literally waited like probably 4 or 5 weeks until we could actually go on a date where I said yes, because I just wanted free food, and he didn't order anything. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's so weird. We're talking probably for a good hour, but I'm only talking. And literally he was not talking at all, and then literally 2 minutes after I like kept talking, he was like, he got up, pushed the table, and was like, I have to go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom, and he comes back, and he's like, I have to go to the hospital right now. I was like, what? He's like, don't worry about me, like, I'll take you home. So he takes me home, and I'm like, this is so strange. I get home, and I find out from my racist roommate, my white roommate who knew him, who was literally a racist, was like best friends with him. So you already know what the first problem with him is. He's friends with a racist. I literally get home and I find out that morning, so we had gone on a date at like 7 at night. That morning at like 10 a.m. he found out that his appendix exploded in his body, and he didn't want to cancel because it took so long for me to say yes to a date that he just like had his appendix broken in his body, and he waited all day to go on this date. And then he was like, after the date I'll just go to the hospital, but he was in excruciating pain. We were gonna get married because of that, but we didn't. This guy, we go on a date, we go to a coffee shop, he's talking, I'm like, damn, like this guy's like cute, he's nice. In retrospect, he was actually the ugliest guy that I've dated, probably. No, probably. We're having such a good time that we're like, okay, why don't we go for a walk, see like a little picnic bench? So we just sit down and we just start chatting, and this man comes up to us. The man that walks up to us has like long dreads. Let me paint you a picture. Long blonde dreads. He was Caucasian. He had face tattoos like everywhere, like across in the middle of his forehead, like 21 Savage, and just like a bunch of face tattoos. And then he had like 3 teeth, like a total of 3 teeth. He comes up to us and he's like, hey guys, like, I'm a YouTuber. Can I like film you guys for a part of my YouTube video? And me being like the attention seeker that I am, I was like, yeah, sure. Just doing an interview style video, is that alright? And we're like, yeah, sure. Mind you, this is our person. I've never seen him ever in my life. This man starts asking us questions, and he goes, do you practice a religion? And if so, what religion do you practice? The YouTuber, he goes, okay, and do you enjoy your religion? And we're like, yeah, we both enjoy our religions, like, it's nice. And then he goes, okay, well, have you ever heard of Satanism? In my head, I'm like, I need to pray to God right now. He's gonna do some, like...
He's gonna hex you!
He's a witch. He literally is a witch. So I'm letting the guy who I want to do it, like, answer. Let's just call him Bernie. That's not his name, but let's call him Bernie.
Vote for Bernie.
Bernie's, like, sitting next to me, and he's like, no, we've never heard of Satanism. The guy, like, explains what Satanism is. He's like, it's more than just worshiping the devil. It's going against, what do you say? Against institutions. This is the cherry on top. He goes, you know what? Because of religion, the government makes men get, oh my god, what's it called? Circumcised. And they cut their penis off. And do you know what? That's unholy. And us Satanists, we don't believe in that. And as he walks away, he's like, you guys make a really good couple. It was so nice meeting you guys. Dating a guy right now, we've been dating for like 4 months. He's obsessed and he still has Bumble on his phone. Maybe I'll just like bring it up and I'll be like, why do you still have Bumble on your phone?
So it's time for the movie review because our slumber party is coming to a close, but essentially I thought it was really interesting that her dad's newly like Tang is also like an Asian woman, like South Asian granted, but I think this white guy has like a thing for POCs. Last thing I wanted to point out about the movie is the fact that the stepmom literally tells like her baby sister Kitty that she will cut her.
I will tell Dad that you said that. Girl, I will cut you.